What's up, everybody? It's Troy here. Hope you're doing great. Today, I wanted to talk about breath work. And what is this breath work? By now, I'm sure you've probably heard about breath work. You maybe even have experienced it. And breath work is something near and dear to me because it helped me heal so much to the point where I now share this medicine with other people. I got to a place where I started to just feel so good after being feeling so bad for so long, feeling essentially broken, like I wanted to give up in life. I couldn't move forward, didn't know what to do. And I didn't want to go down like a traditional route. I wanted to, do something different. I had tried working like with the therapist in the past and doing these different things and had some moderate success. But what really started to change is when I just dove deeper into, like who I am. I started working with a variety of like plant medicines in a shamanic setting. And then this led into understanding like as I was have these healing experiences, I would realize that my breath was being accessed, and I'd have like these releases as I kind of let out these emotions and stories and past memories and trauma, all this stuff that I was carrying started to just kind of move, and each time it would move, I'd have like this release, this breathing like release, and I noticed as I started to connect to my breath more, I started to get out of my head more. I started getting into my body more. And when you're in the body is present. The mind is the thing that is not present. It's always racing, it's always running. It's trying to predict the future based out of the past, right? It has no presence actually within it. The body does. And so when we can rest and sink into our body through the breath, we become present in the moment. So let me unpack this just a little bit, like what is it about this breath work? How does it work? And why does it work? Let's start with the why. And there's a variety of breath work practices. You have like daily practices. There's a variety of techniques you can use. The type I use is I call it the BODHI method. The BODHI method is a Sanskrit word for awakening, and essentially it's similar to like a holotropic style. Holotropic is more long form, deep breathing, designed to move emotions, emotional wounds, trauma, things from the past. Because as we move these stuck energies, because that's what they really are, they're stuck energies, as we create awareness around them, awareness being the key, as we see things, our perspective within those things can shift. And we have a perspectives change. The same situation that you viewed one way can be viewed an entirely different way, and then it becomes it's powerful. We embody that; it's empowering for us, right? So that shift in perspective is massive. We can only do that if we have awareness around it, if we can see things what they truly are, or a different way in seeing those types of things. So the breath work I use is designed to take people deep, deep within themselves, release these emotions, help them move physically, energetically, emotionally, and then we feel better. We clear it out, and it's like being a new you, right? So why does that happen? Like, how does that take place? I believe that it is a natural technology that we carry within the body. A lot of what's taking place is nervous system regulation. Like, if you think about it, your body has over 100 billion nerve cells. I think I said million on another stream, but it's actually a billion. 100 billion nerve cells. Like, think about that. Like, nerves are, they're feeling, they're designed to feel, they're sensitive, right? And to be sensitive is a beautiful thing. It means to have sensation, to be able to sense your way through the world. A lot of us have been shamed for our sensitivity, right? But your sensitivity is a gift. It's a beautiful part of you. So our sensations is connected to our nerves, our nervous system. We're designed to feel our way through life. But what often happens as we experience trauma, when a situation is just too much for us, our nervous system kind of contracts, it carries that memory, and we disconnect and we get heady. We push up into our head because our head now wants to take over and it wants to look out for the perceived threat or fear in the future, right? And again, the mind can only predict the future based out of the past. So just sit with that for a second and see if those things kind of resonate with you, right? I'll give you an example. Sip with some of that kombucha. You know how I like to do it. Keep things moving, keep things flowing. Um, so like an example I'll share, is let's use the car crash example. So say you're driving in a car, and you have an accident. There's a crash, scared you, you weren't expecting it, you got hit out of the side, whatever, right? And it's just too much for your emotions within the moment. And what happens is we don't discharge the energy, right? Because what you really want to do is scream, shout, yell, cry, talk about it, move about it. And we only do part of that, maybe. We cry a little bit, we talk about it a little bit, but we didn't fully discharge that emotion, that experience, right? And then what happens is the next time we're in a car, our head wants to take over. So it's on high alert. Like we're literally high alert. We're looking around, you're gripping the steering wheel tight, and maybe you hit a pothole. Oh, everything contracts, you tighten up, your whole body's stiff. And that every time you're in a car, you're holding this contracted state because you're living out of the past, right? Based on that past fear. And also that happens, another common example is like in relationships. You're cruising along, you're in love with somebody, everything seems great, and then they leave. The rug gets pulled out from under you. Heart breaks, right? We've all experienced that. And in that moment, same thing. Head takes over. Whoop, don't want this to happen again. So now every relationship or potential relationship you enter, your mind is on high alert. It's looking to make sure, is this person, they look right, or they remind me of this person. Oh, this past, memory is coming up now. And so we're being triggered again. But everything's through the mind. Nothing's within the body, right? We disassociate. We disconnect from the body. We start to leave our body and leave those 100 billion nerve cells that are so beautiful. They're designed to feel and create. That's where your intuition is, right? And so we get heady. We have difficulty sleeping. We overthink things. We become, worried about stuff, right? We get stuck in a fear state. And so by using breath work, by healing the nervous system, and I'll talk about that in a second, by healing the nervous system, by regulating the nervous system once again, and also as a side note, that's what like cold plunge therapy does, is it teaches your body how to relax in that cold. And so it's teaching your body how to reprogram or bring in a new nervous system state, right? Teaching your body to relax and kind of lean into that. But so as we heal the nervous system, as we use the breath to do this, we reclaim our intuition. And our intuition is it's our sensation through the world. And I believe that's what manifestation is. It's building the life through what feels best, what feels like you, what you're called to, what you're drawn to. But when we're in our heads, we're not going to be able to do that, are we? Because the head, again, is predicting the future based out of the past, has no presence. And that's what I believe is like a fear. We're creating realities based around our fears. It's a defensive type of mechanism, right? So what breathwork does is we enter these deep, like holotropic states. And that's just a Greek word for a Greek and a Latin word meaning return to wholeness. It's like this non-ordinary state, almost like a dream state, right? And so ideally, when you can enter into these states, and this is what I help people do, is bring them into this state. It can be hard at first, right? Because we're so used to being in our heads, And that's why working with a guide is really powerful, as we can get you into the body. And I have some body techniques I use to help people feel into their body, get out of their minds. And they start to connect to their body, connect to their breath once again. And what happens is like these little events and memories and stories start to just kind of pop up, right? It's almost like, again, being in like a dream state, but you're aware, you're consciously aware this time. And these emotions move, and what they are is they're these energetic states or these emotional states that we're still just kind of holding on to, right? So as you enter this state, maybe the thing comes up about the accident, and you see where actually you did a good job of staying relaxed and keeping the other people in the car safe, and seeing how that person who hit your car was in such a distraught state themselves, and how rare that is that someone is driving a car like that, and how you can actually let that go and let that energy move and feel like yourself again. And maybe there's something similar comes up around relationships, and you see all the other relationships you had that went well, and the friendships that you have that have gone well, how that one person wasn't actually responding to you. It was nothing about you. It was only about them. They weren't in a healthy state to enter into a relationship. And so these things just start to come up. And the beautiful thing about it, versus like having a conversation with somebody about it, is that it becomes a felt sensation. And when we feel something, it's a completely different emotion, right? Like the example I use is if I say, we're all connected. You're like, all right, yeah, we're all connected. But if you feel that we're all connected, you're like, oh shit, like, yeah, we are all connected. Completely different experience, right? And so this breath work takes us into a felt sensation. And what starts to move is just the stuff that needs to come up first, the stuff that you're ready to feel. And that's the beautiful thing about the breath, is it's your body's own medicine. Unlike a substance, like even caffeine, right? Caffeine has its own direction, its own energy. But your breath is your body's own medicine. It knows exactly what needs to move, exactly what needs to be let go of. And as we do this, we release these events, these traumas, these stored memories out of the body, and we get new perspectives on them. And what it does is it helps the mind kind of relax, and then therefore letting the body relax, our nervous system relax, and our entire energetic state changes, right? Like just think of that process. No longer are we stuck up here in our heads, our body therefore responding, being contracted, stiff, rigid, right? And then think about going through life like that, all contracted, stiff, rigid, tight. That's what it feels like when you're over traumatized. Hands up, been there. Was there for years, right? Had a lot of stuff, PTSD, all kinds of crap from a variety of different things. But as I started to discharge this energy, get more clarity on it, let myself feel once again, let myself cry, let myself move, let myself yell, right? The things I should have done or wanted to do in those moments, I was able to do them during my breath work in a safe situation. And that's what's beautiful, is because technique wise, one of the things I do is I load the breath through the mouth a lot in the beginning, because that's going to create like a stressed or a sympathetic state. So like a stressed sympathetic state. That's when the nervous system is stressed, fight, flight, or freeze energies. So I create that, but I'm allowing this person to experience those energies in a safe container, whereas before they weren't in a safe container. So this time they can move those energies out. They kind of reenact that stress state, but they move those energies out in a safe setting, and they start to heal, right? They let them go. They can move through those energies. And so we're using those techniques to move out the stress, get rid of the energy that we should have got or wanted to get rid of back then when it happened. And I'll give you just like an example. There's actually a video you can even find on YouTube. It's like this lion captures this gazelle, right? And it's in the wild, it captures this gazelle, takes it down, it's ready to kill it, eat it, and the gazelle freezes, right? It's one of the natural instincts. Just like us, we have these same natural biological instincts. And so in this situation, the gazelle freezes, lays down, it's getting ready to die, and a hyena comes up. And for whatever reason, the hyena scares the lion, and the lion lets go of the gazelle and takes off. Well, the gazelle lays there, and then all of a sudden it starts to deep belly breathe. You see this deep belly breathing going on. Then it starts to shake its body, deep belly breathing. Then all of a sudden it looks up, looks around, takes off. It discharged the energy. It knows how to do it biologically, right? However, I believe our minds get in the way, and we don't necessarily know how to do that. And so breath work, certain types of breath work are designed to do just that, designed to bring us back into that primal state where our body can naturally, biologically release these energies in a healthy and safe container. And so it's just something really unique about humans that I believe that, again, you know how to do it. Your body knows how to do it, but it's lost the connection and the strategies and techniques how to do this. I believe that this is nothing new. We're just rediscovering something that we used to do in the past. Like, imagine if you're a tribe in a tribal setting, right? Which most of us were. Our ancestors were, right, at some point, and a trauma or something tragic happens. Well, the tribe needs to survive. We need to go on. And so I believe something like a breathwork ceremony would help. I believe they would do these things, and it would help the tribe discharge this energy to release the trauma and move on in a healthy, safe, and effective manner. So that's essentially what's taking place within these situations. Is you're moving stored trauma energy, and you're re-regulating the nervous system. I went to an event recently, and it was an event I had been at like a year ago. I was back at this event, and someone who runs the event said like, "Hey, what do you notice about, like, what's different for you at this event or something?" And they meant like, what about the event is different? And I said, I just feel so much more loose. And they're like, what? Like, and I was like, oh, I mean, no, the event's great and everything like that. But because what was happening is I was just noticing, like, it was gave me like a very clear snapshot, that year, time frame, whatever, snapshot of how much my body's let go, how much I've relaxed continually over and over by doing breath work, by sitting in meditation, by integrating some daily practices and other types of things, right? Just to help relax and open the body. And when we're open, our body's open, we're open to life, we're open to experiences. We can invite people and relationships and situations into us. But when we're defensive, we're closed off. Oftentimes what that is just that. It's walls, it's armor. We have protective mechanisms. In my breathwork ceremonies, I'll often say, like, let go of the walls, let go of the armor, right? Because those got put there at some point to protect you, and that's beautiful. However, you're no longer there. It's time to let it go. It's time to allow yourself to evolve, to grow, to create and allow new experiences into your life. So I'm just trying to see if I'm forgetting anything. I'm just giving you guys a quick snapshot, of kind of what takes place. Again, that's the what's going on. Why is this taking place? What is it about this breath work? It's true medicine. It can really take you into a deeper state of healing. Um, I see it. I do one-on-one sessions, I do small group sessions, I do large group events and online events, and I've seen it in all forms. I've seen massive healing, and it really can help somebody take massive leaps in their healing, like massive leaps. Again, it takes time. Everybody's at a different spot within their growth and within their healing journey. And again, it's just regulation of the nervous system. It's discharging energy in a safe and, effective manner. And over time, it can change who you are in a beautiful, it can not change who you are. It just reconnects you to who you truly are. Who you truly are gets hidden by all these scars and wounds that we carry. And so it's beautiful medicine. I encourage you um, to work with it, to discover more, to connect to your own breath. There's some things you can do just to start doing that, is like literally just connecting to your breath throughout the day. Just feel it, let it move, feel where you hold the tension within your body, connect to it with your breath. I'll share more videos. I'll show you some daily practices. You can connect with me online, social media, whatever. All that's down in the description. But I hope you guys will help me share this medicine. So you can do that by smashing that like button, subscribing, sharing the video to some other people, just to get some insights into the power of breath work. And also, I teach this obviously to help heal people. And also I teach this as a modality to certify other people to be breathwork facilitators. And there's some very specific things that need to take place in doing that. But you can check that out. Again, that link's down in the description. And I love y'all, man. Till next time. Peace.